I bet you they're all thinking the same thing. Is this white bearded man crazy? He's like, what is he talking about? Has he lost his mind? Do we need to get him scheduled to see a doctor immediately?
At this day and age, there's multiple genders. You pretty much can be whatever you want to be. But what I have thought about and have come to discover that 100 years from now, when we're all in the grave and some archaeologists come and dig us up, you're either going to be a man or you're going to be a woman. So I have to say two.
And that's one way. That's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is this meme I found on Instagram once, where it basically said, there are two genders and 32 ways to be gay. And I was like, no, that's so. I felt like that Anthony Mackie meme from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
He's out of line, but he's right.
And I'm like, no, that's terrible. But yeah, he's out of line, but he's right.
LA City Council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Nithya Raman were on hand today to help remove the signs. They say the no cruising and no U-turn signs were put up in the 1990s to prevent people in the gay community from meeting up with other gay people.
I was also surprised that these U-turn signs were still up. And at first, they seem a little, oh, okay, it's just a no U-turn sign. But when you learn the history of it and you realize that these were used to profile gay people, it's so important that we have these removed.
The LA City Council members say the signs were put up after the gay community began to grow and because there was a gay bar in that area.
The LGBTQ HDGV, ladies and gentlemen, where street signs offend them. Let that sink in.
If that is the history thing, that could be something that could be an interesting history lesson. Granted, I still don't understand how the sign as it exists today as, hey, don't you turn at this light or you're committing a crime and therefore will be punished. Translate, because I'm like, well, okay, do we create a new sign? Like, how do we go about this? Because it's still like, if no U-turns are supposed to be at this light, you do it, you done a crime. And if you're counting the little security cameras, yeah, like, you're done, you're cooked. Your day in court is pending for your traffic infraction. So I'm like, is anyone gonna tell him?
Of talking about woke culture. No, free speech is not some right-wing reframing of whatever. It's the foundation of Western civilization. Upon this civilization is built. I don't have to make the point that has been made by far better people that the only way to deal with the problem of racism is to treat people on the content of their character and nothing else. And the fact that woke culture seeks to overturn that is a new form of racism that we must all oppose. I'm not going to talk to those of you who already agree with me, which I imagine is most of you. I want to talk to those of you who are woke and who are open to rational argument. A small minority, I accept. Because one of the tenets of wokeness is, of course, that your feelings matter more than the truth. But I believe in you. I believe there are those of you here who are woke, who are open to rational argument, so let me make one.
What if a man decides that his gender identity is woman?
A woman has its own duty, and a man has its own duty, and a lady cannot do the duty of a man, and a man cannot do a duty of a woman.
Based Africa as usual. Salute to the elders.
Can a man become a woman?
No.
No?
No.
What about a transgender? Transgender?
Oh man, I'm sorry. I feel bad for burdening these very established, these people who certainly are removed from Western culture with cultural norms over here in the USA. Because I bet you they're all thinking the same thing. Is this white bearded man crazy? Like he's like, what is he talking about? Has he lost his mind? Do we need to get him scheduled to see a doctor immediately?
No.
No?
It look like if you want to become a lady but you're a man, you have something wrong in your mind. Something wrong in your family, something wrong in you.
What about if someone was non-binary.
Come again?
What is that? He's like, what is that?
Like like someone is
you're not a woman, you're not a man.
yeah, someone is neither. There's something else. Is that?
I bet you he probably said in his native language, "What in the world they got going on in America? Like, is this the best they could send? I mean, like, is it like they send the wrong guy to talk to us? Cause this is weird."
He's saying we have never seen things like those. For a man, he has a penis. For a woman, he has a vagina. So we know this is a lady, this is a man.
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
I'm gonna ask you to.
Oh, we're inclusive. We love all kinds of people. And then when you flip their delusion back on them.
I'm sorry. I'm just like, bro. He is not letting this go. He will continue to keep pushing for this.
They act confused.
I'm a Pacific Islander, and I am a senior in high school, and I plan on attending.
Also, looks like there's about 2 minutes, so we're gonna end on a classic clip from Charlie, because obviously he's pretty base whenever he talks.
In college, many of my teachers have told me, especially my counselors, like I've been nervous about getting into colleges. Many have told me, you're a person of color, like you're guaranteed a spot in the college of your dreams. And I've been told that by many of my teachers. And I wanted to ask you what you thought about it, because I refuse to believe that I'm going to be accepted into the college of my dreams due to the color of my skin or the underrepresentation of my people. And more on, I have great grades, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, and I plan on.
This is where it gets interesting, because it's like, you attempt to implement systems to dilute anybody get left behind, but what do you do to the people who actually get into these situations and have these opportunities based on the merit of their skill, their experience, their studying, and their ability, their intellect, like, and they're in those same spaces where you're like, oh, this group barely gets in. We gotta implement things to get them to help them get in, to help them like bridge the gap. And it's like, well, I'm actually from this this group that rarely gets in, but I actually have the competency to get to where I need to be in life just through my own self, not through my identifications, not through my race. I am genuinely special. And I wonder what Charles is gonna say, because this is probably gonna be very interesting.
Affirmative action always puts one person above another based on characteristics that I don't think are important. And you have just beautifully isolated what is so deeply morally wrong about affirmative action, which is you've studied really hard, I imagine, right? You've applied yourself. And your teachers are looking at you as a skin color. They're not looking at you as someone with good character, good test grades, someone that shows up and does all the extra homework. They're obsessed with your skin color. And we have a word for that. It's called being a racist and a bigot. I hate to cut to that too fast. Let me tell you the tragedy that you're going to have to navigate. Let's pretend your dream school is Stanford, and you go to Stanford. People are going to think you got there just because of your skin color. It creates more racism. They're not going to assume that you had good grades, that you could have gotten in on your own merits, which, based on how articulate you asked the question, you probably could. We want a society based on how hard somebody works, how hard they apply themselves, the content of their character.
You see what this woke mindset does to people? It just makes them lazy. Woke people believe that they deserve to be in the best position in life without putting in any kind of hard work to get into that position. That's why the woke mindset is a lazy mindset.
Oh, that's the end of the video. Oh man, yeah, because like this is why these issues are so nuanced, or at least these perceived issues are so nuanced. Like, you can't be sloppy. And that was an interesting video, and there's a lot to really meditate there on. But nevertheless, like, comment, and subscribe, and return for more yapping, because we're gonna start doing more yapping sessions. But with that being said, take care, everybody. Peace.